This is the Reds Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good afternoon, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the Postcast, sponsored by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Tim Daniel, and on today's show, Brady Singer keeps humming along. Sal Stewart turns the game around on an excellent homer, and I have a really bad typo there on the background, and the Reds get another series win. It's a fun day to be a Reds fan. We don't get to say that a whole too often here, but let's go ahead and get to this one, and let's talk about it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Back-to-back series wins coming out of the All-Star break for the old Red Legs. You love to see it. Today, they go and take care of the business against the Seattle Mariners 5-3, and they take the rubber match after they lost the first game, so they take 2 out of 3 there, coming off of taking 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. And look, they put the for sale sign up. They said, we're open for business, and now they're winning games. It's not going to last. We all know this, but we got to enjoy it while we can, right? I thought today was a super fun game for the Reds. I thought they played really well all in all, with that being said. So you look at kind of going down the way. So Tyler Stevenson kind of gets them starting that first rally there. Way off mine. So JJ Bleday, all right, now we're back on track, hits a solo shot to tie the game up in the fourth. And you're thinking, okay, cool. Puts the Reds win probability right at 50%. Dane Myers stays hot with an infield single, bringing in Tyler Stevenson after Tyler Stevenson gets his double to make it 2-1. Brings the Reds win probably up to 59.6. And you think, cool. They're in business. They're in good hands here. I like what we're looking at here. Seattle comes back there at the bottom of the fourth and puts 2 runs on their own on there, with Josh Naylor getting the ground rule double. And you get all that fun stuff there where Luke Raley brings them in. And you're like, okay, so we're going to have to win this. We're going to fight in this one. And fight they did. The 7th inning was awesome with 3 big runs from Sal Stewart, who we'll dive deeper into that here in the next segment. But to see those guys go out there and win this game where they have the lead, they lose the lead, and they have to fight back. You haven't seen a whole lot of that from the Reds this year. So I will take it. I feel like this was one of those games where, like, no, I don't think they're going to go on this big run here after this. I don't think this is going to be the thing that turns the season around. They make a chase for the last wild card spot. No, there's so much ground they have to make up. But I think enjoying this road trip so far, it's pretty cool. And they take 2 out of 3 from a really fairly okay Mariners team. I'm not going to necessarily say they're good. I'm not necessarily going to say they're bad. They're about average. In a place the Reds have never won a series before. So they go into T-Mobile Park and get their first series win there ever. So that's pretty cool to see as well. A little Reds history being made there. And then just kind of taking care of business. Defensively today, I thought they were really solid. Haven't seen them kind of getting pick up there after that first game where they were brutal. They go 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position today. They leave 5 on base. I can live with that. Brian Hayes gets a hit today. Edwin Arroyo gets 2 hits today. Dane Myers gets 2 hits today. This was a nice day for the Reds at the bottom of the order. I thought really their at-bats were really solid for the most part today. They had 8 hits as a team. Did draw 2 walks as well. So you get Ellie with another leadoff walk today, leading him to get another steal. Ellie's back to running. Oh boy. If Ellie starts getting his steals back up, watch out. He's pretty close to 2020 in homers and stolen bases. 854 OPS. And that's without getting a hit today. And he's been awesome just about all year now. So nice day for the Reds, huge win, but we know darn well where this game turned around. We know what happened here.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
If I had told you that the Reds' 7th inning rally was going to start with Brian Hayes getting a single, you wouldn't have believed me. But that's what happened. Actually, decent at bat too. Don't get to say that too often about him, but that leads to everything going down the line when Sal Stewart brings in Edwin Arroyo and Brian Hayes. Well, I guess Arroyo technically started the rally, but you know what I meant. That was pretty fun. And to see Sal Stewart kind of have that big moment again, just consistently, Cowboy talks about on the broadcast. He's like, this guy doesn't surprise you anymore. He just consistently comes up clutch. That was his 21st homer of the year. He's got a 799 OPS. And look, he has not been hitting well for about a month, right? He's got a 285 on base in that time frame, but 538 slugging, 8 homers in his last 30 games. That's what you're like kind of going to live with there as well. Defensively, he's been okay, kind of playing multiple, both corner infield spots. But that's not what we're here to talk about with Sal Stewart, the all-star, the potential rookie of the year, who I don't know. I feel like they're not going to give it to him, even though I think he's the outright best of the 3 guys between him, Weatherholt, and I'm blanking on the guy's name from Colorado. I apologize. But I feel like Sal Stewart's kind of in the best of that group. So he kind of flips the game on its shoulders. That was really fun. Love that this guy's on our team. Let's just give him one of those big extensions now. Okay. Let's just go ahead and take care of it. I think he's earned it. I think we all are big fans. We did it with Chase Burns. Let's just keep it rolling. Maybe we convince Ellie De La Cruz to stay. Not holding my breath about it. But we shall see. Do want to give a quick shout out to Edwin Arroyo today, getting on base 3 times and really probably catching a break on that play at second base where he kind of drops it out of his glove and then I guess he traps it. Had kind of like a cage almost. Kind of helped out a lot there as well, kind of getting in that inning. But that was pretty cool. And in Seattle, using their challenges pretty quick. It was pretty surprising. Emerson Hancock today, I thought threw the ball really well for them. He's been pretty good all year. He's not a guy who walks a lot of people, so the Reds did a really good job getting him to work his count up. For the life of me, I don't know how Josh Naylor manages to get 20 stolen bases a year, 30 like needed last year, but it's really fascinating. How about Randy Arozarena getting caught stealing, by the way? That was an awesome play. That was really cool to see. This is just a fun Reds game all around. I'm really appreciative when they have games like this and they play really hard and they play really well and they've got momentum. And I think at this point with where they are in the year, all you can ask for them is to have momentum going into St. Louis where, I think the Cardinals necessarily are kind of starting to come down to earth a little bit, right? They're 2 games above 500. It's not like they're setting the world on fire right now by any stretch of the matter. So if you're the Reds, you probably feel pretty good going into this outing. So we'll see how that goes, but it's a fun day to be a Reds fan. And the offense did what they needed to do, but Brady Singer was the man who led the way today. So let's talk about Brady and more right after this. But first, there we go. All right, now we're in business. But first, I got to give a big thank you to our friends at Amazon for this limited break. This back-to-school season, spend less on your kids with Amazon. We all know how crazy back-to-school shopping experience can be. It starts with a few items on the list, then suddenly you're shopping for supplies, clothes, lunch gear, tech, and about 10 other things you didn't see coming. It adds up quick. The school supply list, when you look at the school supply list and wonder if you're shopping for one child or opening a small office supply store, I didn't realize first grade required this much inventory. Shopping like this can get out of control if you're not careful. The first day outfit, when your kid spends days planning the perfect first day of school outfit because they want to make a great first impression, you end up putting almost as much thought into it as they do. At least the first day photos are worth it. When the school says your child needs a calculator, headphones, a tablet for class, and somehow you're buying another one before the semester's halfway over, since when do kids need so much tech for 3rd grade? When it's 9 p.m. the night before school starts and somebody suddenly remembers they need folders, notebooks, markers, and apparently 12 other things nobody mentioned until now. Nothing gets the heart rate up quite like emergency school shopping. I'm convinced Prime's Deliver Tomorrow Before 7 a.m. feature was created exclusively for parents in this moment. So remember, with Amazon's low back-to-school prices, just spend less on your kids because every dollar you don't spend on them is a dollar you haven't spent on them. Shop back to school at Amazon. Spend less on your kids. Want to say thank you to our everydayers here on the Postcast. Thank you for spending some time with me as we discuss the Reds winning back-to-back series with his 5-3 win today over the Seattle Mariners. And if you're an everydayer, please go ahead and subscribe to the Everydayer Club as well. You get access to ad-free episodes of all your favorite Locked On shows, like, me here at Locked On Reds Postcast and Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on this same channel as well. We love talking ball, and we want to talk ball with all of you in our access to our Discord chat as well. And keep an eye out. The boys got something planned for you if you're an everydayer. So we'll get to that a little deeper as we get closer. Let's talk about Brady Singer today.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I basically gave up on Brady Singer, if you guys remember at the beginning of the season, when he just looked downright bad. And he said, Tim, shut it. Today was this close to going 7 innings. Goes 6 2/3 with 3 runs and 6 strikeouts, getting his 5th win of the year. ERA is now down to 4.53. His last 7 starts, he's 3-3 with a 298, going 42 1/3 innings with 41 strikeouts and a 1.02 whip. Now, the obvious thing about Brady Singer is it's trade deadline time. You know what a lot of people are going to want for the playoff chase? Starting pitching. You know who's doing a really good job auditioning for a team to kind of go out there and get him? Brady Singer. I feel like today was another one of those days where it's like, hey, if you guys want me, you can come get me, because we know that it's highly unlikely he's going to be a Red again after the season. So thought he threw the ball really well today. Only had one walk, really had a lot of control over the strike zone. You know, this is the games you want from him, just to kind of go out there and just kind of pitch. Like, there's no worries, no stress, and you see what you get from him there. He's been really solid now for about a month and a half. And I think he's really earned the right to kind of be that back end starter. I think we don't have to keep having this joke anymore about did no one win the Jonathan India Brady Singer trade? I think the Reds are back on top there. But to see him kind of keep doing what he's doing, it's been really fun to see. And I hope it keeps going, man. Like, he probably has one more start before the deadline. Yeah. In the Guardian series, where he might just get traded to the other dugout and just have to walk over there. One of those Devin Mesoraco style trades. But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but I'm really, really excited about what he's been given the team of late. To the bullpen, Brock Burke goes out there and goes in the inning in the third, just has one hit, was pretty darn good. And Emilio Pagán, I got to say, since he's come back from the IL, has been really solid, right? I mean, his last 7, he's got a 3.38 ERA with 3 saves and 5 1/3 innings. And now, of course, that does kind of include the injury and all that stuff there, but he's definitely turned it around from where he was. His last 15, he's down to a 4.85 ERA with 5 saves and 13 innings pitched. It's not great. No one's in here talking like he's just completely changed the world by any stretch of the matter, but you are seeing him kind of take full advantage. In 2 back-to-back days in this series, he gets 2 saves against a team that drafted him. On Sunday, he throws an inning against Colorado. He does give up a run in that game, but you're starting to see him, I don't want to say figure it out, but, giving them something. And I guess if you have to care so much about a closer, that's what you want from there as well. But hey, with that being said, we'll take a Reds win and we'll enjoy it. And that means that we will go ahead and get ready to start closing this one out, as the Reds are winners today, 5-3 over the Seattle Mariners. The Reds have 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Seattle's 3 runs on 7 hits and no error. Brady Singer is your winner. He is 5-9 with a 4.53 ERA. He'll be going against Eduardo Bizardo, who takes the loss. He is now 3-3 with a 2.84, and Emilio Pagán picks up his 9th save of the year. And hey, I know you're going to expect me to be like, hey, Friday, the Reds are back at it, which they are. But another important thing about Friday, it's your favorite postcast host's birthday that day. So if the Reds want to bring me a win on Friday for my birthday, I will absolutely take it, because they're going against the Dirty Birds from St. Louis, Missouri, as the Reds travel to Busch Stadium to take on the Cardinals. Rhett Lauder takes the hill for the Reds. He is 3-7 with a 5.75 ERA. He'll be going against Dustin May of the Cardinals, who's 5-7 with a 4.78 earned run average. First pitch will be at 8:15 Eastern, so I will be here a little later in the day. Everyone, thank you so much for spending some time hanging out with me today. I definitely appreciate it as we get to discuss the Reds win. Please don't forget to take a moment to subscribe to the Everydayer Club. Be on there talking all things Reds ball with all of us. Please be sure to stay tuned in and hit your notification button here on YouTube so you can get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday as well. We love talking ball. We love talking ball with all of you. And don't forget about Locked On MLB Daily. You can get access to MLB Game Night, where they will watch every single game so you don't have to, and a few other shows that they have on there as well, including former Reds reliever Mike Stanton talking all things baseball with you. Everyone, thank you again so much. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the off day tomorrow. I'm Tim Daniel. Go Red Legs. And if they win on Friday for my birthday, we will celebrate.